Hey, Mark.
Hey Dave,
Didn't
back
mean to choke you up.
back in the saddle again.
Yeah, I did. I didn't get. I didn't sleep. I don't know about you, but
I laid horizontal, but I didn't actually go to sleep.
yeah. Well, anyway, we were so blessed and lucky last night, overnight. The the tornado parameters looked absolutely horrible, and everything pointed to a major tornado outbreak. I was concerned. You were concerned. And of course, the
Absolutely.
citizens out there were really concerned, but we try not to show that our concern because we didn't want them to get all messed up and frightened. And I hope we did a good job. But you know what? That's a good sign that prayer works. Whenever you have a system that looks that bad, almost a certainty, then the only explanation is that it didn't happen, and so the only explanation is like the prayers and anyway, it's at least it didn't happen. That's the best thing. Let's
Yep.
see here. Carol Bryant, no rain at Pie Rock yet. We decided to come back on because there's storms down here. First of all, coming across Katie's right now, moving towards Hopkinsville. But then if you look down here, these are all severe. And they're moving northward towards us. Uh, let's see here.
At least in our general direction. It looks like it may take them a little while to get up this way.
Yeah, probably not too long. They've actually developed pretty
Yeah.
fast over the last few hours.
Yeah.
Uh,
The good news, I was just looking at some of the severe weather parameters, the supercell and the significant tornado parameters and stuff, and all of them look much, much lower than they were yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a long event for us this morning. We came on because it is uh, some storms coming into the area now, and a lot of folks are going to be a little nervous about it. Looking here at Gibson County EOC in Trenton, Tennessee, 65 degrees, dew point 63. So, yeah, it's still doing some stuff. Uh, uh, Fenris says, "Hey y'all, praying for everyone affected, and we appreciate it." Caleb Eaton says, "How's Goodlettsville looking? It was raining a little bit ago. Is this going to be it?" Uh,
I
Probably.
wouldn't say it's going to necessarily be it, but
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see the threat of severe weather
Right.
like we were seeing earlier.
Right. And it does
Probably
look
just going
like,
to get a good rainy day out of it.
yeah, I could stand a good rainy day. Kick back, relaxing, laying in the bed with my pillow, and
Over my face.
oh gosh, I don't. I need to quit talking that way because it makes me want to go sleep right now.
Yeah.
But I've got a little bit more to go. See, what is this? How does that saying go? I have uh, promises to keep and miles to go
Miles to
before I
go
sleep.
before I sleep.
Yes, that's one of my favorite poems. And anyway,
Yeah,
Rebecca
the
Lee
woods are
Val.
lovely, dark and deep,
Yeah,
but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep.
absolutely.
The road not taken.
Rebecca Lee Val. Girl, what are you doing up so early? She says, anyone else exhausted? Yeah.
Yeah.
Leanne Cawthorn says, I'm in Kingston Springs, Tennessee. And how you doing, Leanne? Uh, Jordan Randolph, anything to worry about from Muhlenberg? I'm going to go up here where it is.
It's going to be a very wet day. I mean, there's still a threat for severe weather, but it's a much lower threat.
Yeah.
Anything that pops up probably won't be very long lived and probably won't be super severe, not like the threat was earlier. This
After
looks to be more of a rainmaker.
yeah, after what we saw yesterday, this is going to be a piece of cake. Um, Rebecca Lee Val says, I have a 3-year-old. Okay, that explains
Uh-huh.
it all.
Enough said.
Yep. Dina Warren Boone, Ohio County. Um, Good grief, my mind is foggy. I have no idea where Ohio County was. I know it's somewhere in Kentucky. Well, anyway. If you give me what city or something, the county seat, we might be able to look that up for you. And we have, let's see, we have Nicole Keel. Good morning, everyone. Beanie Ciano says, good morning from Gallatin, Tennessee. How are we looking here? you're about to look wet. Um, Benny, let me go down here, and you can see here's Springfield, here's Gallatin. Yeah, you're kind of wet right there now, and it's going to get heavier as time goes on. Lisa Vandiver, how about Hopkins County? And Claire Walker, good morning, David Mark. And let's see here. And Mark, let's see, Paula Rogers says, Mark, did you sleep at all?
No.
She didn't ask me.
Like I said, I laid down flat for a while, but I never actually went to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see here. I'm having to read slow, go a little slower here. Tina Warren Boone, Hartford, Kentucky. Go ahead, Mark. I'll be right back.
All right. Hartford, Kentucky. I guess that's you were looking for. Yeah, I see it. Ohio County, Beaver Dam area. Again, we're going to have showers and thunderstorms. Those are going to be increasing coming up from the southwest as the day goes on. And that looks to last right now through the last backside of the heavier rain should be moving through before 8 o'clock tonight. And then we may see some showers on the backside of that. But anything severe is going to be on the leading edge of that, because once that really gets in here and raining, the temperature is going to drop, the atmosphere is going to get saturated, and we're not going to really have the lifting and instability to make really severe weather.
Let's see.
Middle Tennessee this afternoon. Depends on the part of Middle Tennessee. The southern part of Middle Tennessee, down by, what we got here? Fayetteville and the region down in that area. That's going to be in the moderate risk for severe weather as the day goes by. So again, that's probably going to be more in the leading edge of this. So anywhere south of there is going to be in a pretty dire strait for severe weather. The north of there, we're under the slight risk, the enhanced risk, and then slight risk on up around our area. So it's just a matter of we may get something, we may not. That's why
true.
we're on here. We're kind of watching to see what happens.
Yeah, we figured everybody'd be a little nervous after the things we went through yesterday, and like I said, we were on most of the night, and so we looked at this and we said, well, they are a little on the strong side, but they're not really severe until you get way on down here to about Jackson, Tennessee, and then you got several severe storms down in that area, and even this one up here around Greenfield, Dresden. It's a little on the strong side there too. Wouldn't be surprised if that doesn't go severe. Yeah, we could still get some severe storms. It's not going to be nearly as big of a deal as it was yesterday.
Right. Jacoby, the line of storms is out ahead of the cold front. What we're seeing is there's a bit of a curl and a low pressure area forming on the front. Right now, it's probably getting ready to move into Arkansas. And that's going to cause the chances for severe weather and bring the heavier rain up across us. After that goes through, we could see some showers come around in behind it because it does wrap the moisture around it a bit. But it's not going to be on the severe end. It's just going to be showery.
Right. Let's see here. Debbie D. Marcellus Hoover. Good morning, David and Mark. Good morning, Debbie. And Teresa Tribble says she called in bedtime around 4:30 a.m. She heard 2 more thunderstorm warnings, alarms went out, and she was out. Sheila Horn Harris, I just jumped on. How's it looking from Muhlenberg County in Kentucky, Mark?
Again, we're looking for showers and thunderstorms moving into this morning. The heaviest stuff, really looking at the local forecast from National Weather Service Paducah, they're not calling for anything that sounds severe after 9 a.m. They're just calling for showers and possibly a thunderstorm. Let me pull up their exact forecast because I haven't looked at it recently. There it is. The latest one.
Well,
it says showers and
go ahead.
Showers and possibly a thunderstorm. Temperature falling to around 64 by 2 p.m. South wind 14 to 18 with gusts as high as 30. Chance of precip 100%. Tonight, showers and possibly a thunderstorm before 1 a.m. Then showers likely. Low around 45. West southwest wind 9 to 15 with gusts as high as 18. Chance of precip is 90%. Sunday, 40% chance of showers before 1 p.m., mostly cloudy with a high around 53. So, yeah, our temperature is going to drop off quite a bit. It's going to start falling through the day and continue falling through the evening. Really, they're not really using language that says a lot about thunderstorms. It's showers and
Right.
possibly a thunderstorm. So, again, not nearly as emphatic and strong a language as we were seeing. And again, the severe threat's not nearly as large as it was yesterday.
Nikki Winters says, "Good morning, friends. We fared well here in Reedland last night with just some limbs in the yard. I tell you what, though, we don't know how lucky we were. I saw some pictures of the tornadoes that we were watching on that camera, the one in Neelysville, Missouri,
Mm-hmm.
and it was terrible. It was terrible looking, a very defined funnel. And I understand they had a lot of loss of life when it went through a trailer park, if I'm not mistaken, mobile home park. And man, it's been just terrible every day since. So hopefully everybody will be okay today. We'll be able to dig out and rest a spell, get caught back up. And if I go talking kind of weird, it's because I haven't had any sleep, but I'm working on it. I'll be fine. If I can get through all this, we'll be good. Uh, why you do this to me? The alerts coming through here have been, oh bother. It's a very blustery day. That's from Winnie the Pooh, and I agree with you. Bill Melander, so around what time Hawksville going to be hit with the second round? Well, it's remains to be seen on how much it's going to impact us. And
I think this is the second round starting in
yeah,
right now.
that's right. That's what this is.
And all that nice rain you see down that way, hopefully it'll come up across us and just be showers and rain and not be anything severe.
Yes.
And we can call it a day pretty quickly and say, okay, everybody, we'll see you next time, which would be tomorrow afternoon.
Correct.
By the way, if we do get on tomorrow afternoon after all this, we will be on pretty briefly.
Yeah.
Let's give you an outline for what's coming in for the next week and be ready to
There is
head back
another.
out the door
There's
and get more rest.
there's another chance for severe in about a week, right?
Yep, that's what we were looking at
So
out toward next Friday. I haven't even looked at the longer range models in the past 24 hours. So, see what we got here. We got all this, and that gets us very wet and moves along. If this had stayed, had been a little bit stronger pulling to the south, we could have seen some snow flurries
we
behind
could
this.
have. Yeah.
Now, the snow stays up in Illinois.
Paula Rogers says, "I'm sorry, David. I saw Dave with Mark and then fell asleep." Yeah. What does that say? Okay. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Uh,
A very fine line, which could be a severe weather maker as it comes through around the 19th.
right. Sheila Horn Harris says, "You guys are the best. My son tells me if you want to know the real weather, I better be listening to David Powell. Your son is a great guy and a good judge of character." I appreciate it, Sheila. Thank you for those comments. They really are. They really are nice comments, and I appreciate it. Why you do this to me? Says, "Sleep well, fellas. I have a toddler to chase around, but thanks for your efforts. We knew we were safe last night." And that was the whole point. That was why we were on and
Yeah.
why we wanted
Yeah.
to stay on as long as we did, to let you know that you're not alone and that we were here with you. And it actually did turn out
Yeah.
pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And for this part of Kentucky where we're at, I mean, north of us, they got stuff as it went across,
Mm-hmm.
especially large hail up toward the Louisville area.
Yeah.
Man, they had some big hail up there. But this just shows not every forecast is going to be 100%, but we're glad it wasn't.
Well, me too. If anybody says, "Aha, you missed the forecast," well, did you want us to get it right? No. Good grief.
We were all hoping we were going to be wrong too. So we
Yeah.
were glad to see it move away from us and weaken and pull to the north. And nothing against the people up that way. and we don't wish the weather, bad weather on anyone. We're just glad it wasn't us.
Yeah, that it does look like those storms back towards the southwest of the lakes area are strengthening up pretty good. Get a little more lightning on it. But it seems like once they cross over the lakes there, they're kind of weakening a little, which might be
Yeah,
because of the cooler lake waters.
and those big severe thunderstorm warnings down around the Memphis area and up there, that's part of our coverage area in southwest Tennessee. Once it gets past those, they're not issuing warnings farther north yet
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, I haven't seen anything else. Um,
And there is a hail marker on the one down by Paris, but it's depending on which one you look at, it's not a super strong hail marker, and it doesn't seem to be increasing too much in strength.
right. Let's see. I had that. This one is moving northeast at 59 miles an
Okay,
hour.
I said
Yep,
that, and we
sure
just got a
did.
new severe thunderstorm warning.
Mother Nature heard you. Dyersburg got a severe thunderstorm warning now. Um, so as I said, we watch these pretty close when they're in Dyersburg because many times
Yeah.
they end up coming up over us.
And again, it's one of these severe thunderstorm warnings that seems to cover multiple areas. It's
Right,
huge severe thunderstorm warning.
right.
And it says it's till 10 a.m., which is 40 minutes. A severe thunderstorm was located near Covington, moving north at 65. Covington's down in southwest Tennessee there. Hazard is 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Radar indicated.
Yep. So
And,
let me see if I can get a shot of that. This is Gibson County.
yeah, that does come up around Dyersburg and New
Right.
Bern. You know, it covers multiple counties down through there, but it's just a very broad brush of a warning.
Let's see why you do this to me. Flint Lockwood was a genius, but we don't need burgers falling from the sky. Amanda Barber says, how about we say God answered our prayers? And because I prayed for exactly what happened, thank you, God, and I agree with you 100%, Amanda.
Yep.
I have seen this happen before, whenever things look really dire like that, and then a bunch of us got together, started praying about it, then the next thing you know, there it goes. It's not coming back. Holly Wright says, we appreciate y'all. I know y'all are
Yeah.
probably exhausted. Just a little. I might
And
go.
the great big warnings around the Memphis area just
Yeah.
popped off. They are gone now. They did have, I see a local storm report of a gust of 60 down that way. See what it says here. Thunderstorm wind gust estimated 60. 3 miles north of Germantown in Shelby County, Tennessee, from a National Weather Service employee.
Well, I lost Mark again. Hang on a minute. There you are.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I dropped
Bumping
but
around up there, and
yeah, I
hit
dropped
the
something.
wrong
When I
thing.
looked up, I saw you gone. Denise Perry says, get some rest, David. I'm just so thankful that Hopkinsville is blessed and we are all safe, and so am I. Brittany Yates says, what's the timing for Crofton? Headed home from Louisville now. I think you're going to be good. I don't know exactly how soon the storms. It's going to be storming in Crofton before you get here from Louisville, but I don't think you're going to have any problems to worry about, just other than the normal driving and rainfall type stuff.
Yeah, because right now it's not looking super bad as far as severe. There's plenty of storms, and there's going to be storms and rain throughout the day. But as far as actual, really bad severe stuff, it's not looking too bad right now.
Right, right.
Of course, today is early. We will see, but
Yes, it is. Let's see here. Edna Smith says, what time do you think we will see it in Marion, Kentucky? Y'all do a great job. Thank you, Edna. Well, this is going to overspread the. Well, you can see it's lifting north. I'll go ahead and put this in motion. and you can see it's lifting actually pretty fast northward. So it's not going to take it too long.
Yeah, we're going to be up to our ears in rain here pretty soon.
Yeah, once
And
the
a
rain's
lot of that is going to be robbing a lot of the instability out of the atmosphere. It's
right,
going to become very saturated.
absolutely. Jessica Parker says, "Is it going to be bad? It doesn't appear that it is."
Radio in the background. Why you do this to me? It's Serenity. Are there cats and dogs in the rain too, or is this just rain? Well, there might be a poodle or two in there.
Yep.
Hey, David.
Yes, sir. Who's hollering at me?
Hey, this is Justin.
Oh, hey, Justin. Let me find you here. Are you on the? Are you broadcasting?
This is looking south from Oak Grove.
All right, hang on. Let me find you up here.
Looking rugged down that way.
Let's see. Where is he?
He said he's looking south from Oak Grove.
Yeah, but I'm trying to
I
find
am
his
breaking
feed.
up.
I don't have his feed up, Mark. Here we go.
Possibly.
Well, there he
Here he
is.
is.
Hey, I got you now, Justin. I see your feet. Hey, you need to polish some shoes a little bit. Hey, can you hear me, Justin?
It looks like they've all went out to look and are heading back. It's
Yeah,
looking pretty
here you go.
rugged down that way.
Oh, look at that Mamatus. Yeah,
Is that Mamatus or is that just the low clouds pushing in?
show
Is
us the
that
clouds
shelf
up a little higher there, Justin.
Here, this is looking sort of southeast from Oak Grove Racing and Gaming.
Yeah.
I
It
saw
does.
this is where the severe thunderstorm warning is.
Yeah, the severe thunderstorm warning only comes up as far as just north of Dyersburg, so it's still pretty far out.
I'm sorry for that one.
Yep.
I'm actually live.
Tell him to say
You guys
hello.
are breaking up. I'm gonna let you go.
Okay. We appreciate it, Justin.
I
Thank
gotta
you.
get back to work.
Okay. Thank you for the report, man.
You bet. Bye.
Bye. And that was from one of our team members out in the field.
Yeah, he had to go to work this morning, so
Yeah, I don't see how he was able to do it because wow.
yeah.
Let's
All
see.
night, work all day, right?
Yeah. Why you do this to me says that's a fractal wave. Gwen, next rad towers are involved. I'm not sure I know what he's talking about. I'm going to take a look at this camera here in Dyersburg. That's a pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's definitely
Yeah.
pretty good shelf cloud there, and some heavy rain coming in behind it.
Right. Let's see here. Regina Hall says, "Thank you both for all night updates. I stay with y'all till 4. Got a nap in. Waiting now in the next round." Lila Jones says, "Thanks. I'm able to see what's happening with my house in North Christian. I'm in Pensacola." Yeah. Piper is in the Auburn Milton area. And then, why you do this to me? Weather modification geoengineering was talked about by the Senate a long while back, and the hearings are on the record.
Yeah. I hope they never really start trying to do that, because if I know one thing about a government program like that,
Yeah.
instead of doing what you think it's going to do, it's probably going to screw everything up.
Yeah. I don't know if it was highly controlled, maybe.
Yeah. You know how high, you have to remember that everything in that lab at Wuhan was highly controlled.
Well, that's true. I appreciate some of you subscribing. Rim Nat has subscribed. We appreciate that, Rim.
The rain is going to probably reach McCracken County, Nikki Winters, as far as how severe it might be. Again, this is kind of up in the air. It looks like the most severe stuff will stay down to the south, but we're waiting to see.
Yeah. Hi, Faith Brassington. Michael Henderson still calling for 1.5 to 2 inches of rain today, Mark? That's a good question.
Yes, as
Is
far as
there?
I know, that
Okay.
hasn't changed.
Hey, Maria Sperling Plymale. Good to see you, old friend. I'm getting to see some friends that are waking up this morning, seeing me still on their TV. Tracy Cooksey
Yeah.
says, good morning. Hi, Tracy. Chris Meacham, good morning. Headed towards your way in a few minutes. Yeah, come on, Chris. We're waiting on you.
The wind is going to be gusty today. It's going to still be gusting around 30. We're not going to see a break in that till probably in the overnight hours tonight, when it starts to back off a little bit.
And there's Otis
but as
Wilson.
far as the severe thunderstorm winds, no, they're not supposed to be as intense as yesterday's were. We may see some severe thunderstorms gusting to 60 or so, but that's going to be about the extent of it. And again, possibility of some hail.
Nikki Winters says, I can handle rain. I did not like last night. That was scary. It was.
Yeah.
It had us all on edge. And, this morning at least,
The
we
tornado
woke.
threat, yeah, the tornado threat is not zero, but it's lower than it was yesterday, except when you get down in, like southern Tennessee and south. They are under an increasing risk down that way.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to yawn y'all's faces. Okay, so Autumn Boyd says, how's Hopkinsville looking today? She's just joining. It looks rainy. It looks like one of those rainy Saturdays. Time well spent catching up on your sleep that you lost last night. Otis, tell
hope.
Cheyenne I said hello back to her.
Yeah. Those are starting to increase a little bit in coverage. I don't know how much in intensity they're increasing.
It appears that they're adding some intensity to it, too. I could be wrong. Jane Doe says, I yawn every time you do. Pierce Turnin says, is it supposed to be bad in Hopkinsville? I don't think so, Pierce. The worst seems to be behind us, I think. And, yeah, they still got some severe possibilities out, but it's nothing like it was yesterday. Jackie Logan says, can y'all tell me how the Macon, Georgia area is, Mark?
Macon, Georgia. Let's see.
See if I can go down that way.
I know Macon is right on the edge of the moderate risk area.
Yeah.
It runs down around through Georgia there. But as far as what they're like right now, they don't have anything in their area at the moment. But later in the day, as these storms to the west start to fire up and move in, that's when they'll be under the risk, probably later on this afternoon and evening,
Right.
before anything moves into their area. But it could get kind of rough down that way. So.
How bad is it supposed to get in Springfield, Tennessee? Ask Jackson Jones.
Springfield, Tennessee, about the same as here.
Mhm.
Um, that's the area for moderate risk. They're under the enhanced risk, of course, down south of the Kentucky Tennessee border, but the moderate risk probably starts south of them. So
Yep.
they stand a better chance of getting a severe thunderstorm out of all this, but we'll see.
Lincoln Belt says, I just got on here. How is Katie's looking? Katie's is looking pretty good. Where did my. Hold on. I went down here to Georgia. I need to go back up here to where I was. We still see some showers and a little bit heavier rain now starting to move across the Tennessee state line into Kentucky at the lakes area.
Yeah, the wind threat is really strong in southern Tennessee, south of Nashville. It's showing a 45% hatched. So that's what this morning's. We'll see if that changes. We'll get a new SPC day one outlook in about 2 hours.
Something got messed up on this chair back here. I tend to roll out of the picture. Priscilla Gamble Francis, thank God for protecting and keeping us from danger all last night. Thank you, Father God. Absolutely. Christopher Cullen, what time will it hit around Nortonville area? Well, it won't be long. It's headed that way
Yeah,
now.
this is it coming now. And once this lead area of heavier storms moves on past, probably by noon, we'll probably just be in the steady rain through
Yeah.
most of the rest of the day, and we'll probably be pretty well done through our area.
Yeah, we're getting close to being done anyway, I think. I don't see too much in the way of severe up towards our neck of the woods. At least not much as far as
Yeah. Around the Nashville area and down by Waverly and stuff like that, you do need to keep an eye and an ear open. You're going to be more prone to severe than we're going to be up this way today.
let's see here.
Yeah, but again, once we get these initial ones, there's starting to be a few cells start to pop up over in West Tennessee there
Yep.
around the north of Dyersburg, around
Murray.
Obion and Union City,
Yep.
and then heading up toward Murray. So we need to keep an eye on those. Because anytime you see discrete cells rather than this general area that we're seeing, that's when you got to watch for the severe stuff to pop up.
Let's see here. Eric Bragg says, Shelly, I went to bed at 1:45. Susie Foster, thank you all for keeping us safe and calm. I tried our best. We tried to keep everybody calm on it. Some of you kind of worried me a little bit there. Let's see here. Jane Doe says, why you do this to me? I also hope for such a time and one day. Tammy Gilkey Hester says, good morning, guys. Thank you. We're glad to have done it.
Yep.
Y'all got to meet. You got that thermostat set to meat locker up there. Latoya Robinson. What about Bowling Green, Mark?
Bowling Green, it looks like they're going to get in on the rain and stuff too as the day goes by. Again, they are in an area where it's just like us, where we're in the edge of the stuff. And it looks like most of the worst of the severe would stay south of the Tennessee-Kentucky border.
Let's see here. Chelsea Reese says rain starting to come down in Hopkinsville. Yes, it is. Looks like it's raining outside the studios right now. And Jacob Gibson says, so I'm curious, what made that line split around us?
It didn't split. There was drier air that was over our area as that came through. So after dropping all the tornadoes and stuff, it just kind of ran out of steam in the southern end.
Yep.
And pulled to the north of us. You know, by the time the moisture replenished itself to the west, a lot of the dynamics had moved off to the north already.
Yes. And I tell you what, what did drive home last night is your need for a storm shelter. You know, a lot of folks were not prepared. They were looking for places to shelter. And you know what? It would have been so nice and handy to have had your own storm shelter, step out and go right into it and not have to worry about it. So I want you to take a look at these guys that build these storm shelters from Mid-South Storm Shelter. What would you do when severe storms with tornadoes threaten you and your family? If you have planned properly, you will have a storm shelter nearby that is strong, safe, and will save your family's life. Mid-South Storm Shelters provide just that. They blend well with the landscape and are proven lifesavers. When the weather gets severe, have no fear with a Mid-South Storm Shelter. Call today at 270. And I tell you what, those guys, if you call them and want to purchase a storm shelter from them, if you'll mention the promo code Weather and Wisdom, they will give you $200 off of your purchase of the storm shelter. Why you do this to me? He says, what would you do when tornadoes threaten you and your family? She says, tell it to go away. It listens. Done it many times. That's a good comeback. But seriously, if you don't have a storm shelter, you really need one. Give those guys a call. It's not going to cost you anything to call them. All you can do is you decide you don't want one. That's fine. They are busy as they can be right now, though. So if you want to get one, you need to get your name in the list and be sure to mention that promo code, Weather and Wisdom, and you'll get a full $200 off of your purchase. And if you got any roof damage from any winds last night, call Michael Vance Contracting Roofing. Michael Vance has a team of people standing by to assist you and do whatever you need done. If you whether it be a commercial roof or a residential, give Michael a call there at 270-707-ROOF. And also, Lakeside Campground Marina. He owns that also. It is a great place to go, and you will see that after the weather clears up and starts looking better, you're going to want to go there. So take a look at that. And we don't want to forget our good friend Katie Moyer at Kentucky Hemp Works. Got to give another kudo here to her salve. Take a look at this. Anytime my aches and pains act up, I always reach for Kentucky Hemp Works Hemp Root Salve. It's easy to use. Just rub it on the affected areas and you will soon notice big relief. You can use it as a moisturizing lip balm or ointment that heals and protects your lips during adverse weather conditions and helps with preventing chapped lips. This amazing Kentucky Hemp Works salve is available in our online store at dpww.shop. Order today. Yeah, you want to be sure and do that. Where's my button here? Here we go. I missed the www.shop. That is the website to the online store. Don't forget to go there. And it'll be dpww.shop. And then there's also a link to the shop Weather and Wisdom. I'm going to get those up here in graphics here one of these days pretty soon. Make it a little bit easier. But there you will find apparel, shirts, all kinds of things. Take a look at it. Michelle Johnson says it's thunder in Lewisburg. And Oh, Jan Doe says, when I hit the lottery, a storm shelter is one of my first purchases. There are no public storm shelters anywhere near Northeast Kentucky. Well, I tell you what, I'm pretty sure those guys at Mid-South can help you out. Give them a call, tell them what you need, and see what they'll price it to you for. You never know. Let's see here. Jacob Gibson, weather-wise, Hopkinsville seems to be like Simpsons movie where they put the dome over their town. We refer to it as a cap, though, LOL. Yeah, you're right about something. There is a phenomenon with the cap. Last night, there wasn't a case of a cap. It was simply dry air getting in the system. A cap is a layer of warm air that's inverted at about 5,000 feet approximately. It could vary a little bit, and that would prevent stuff from developing. So last night wasn't an issue of a cap. It was just dry air that had got in and helped to stabilize the atmosphere some. Let's see here. Why you do this to me? If y'all need a quick fix for stress, head on over to 420 Smoke Shop of Russellville. They take care of your vaping needs with something delicious. Why you do this to me must either own it or know someone who does own it. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, Jane Doe said she would check them out. So there you have it. And then Tony Harris, when is it supposed to hit Hopkinsville? Mark? Thought I lost you for a second.
No, I'm here. I was in discussion with Amy and Shane.
Oh, okay. Y'all talking about me? Oh, good grief.
No, we were talking about your phone.
Okay, are you with me?
I am with you.
Okay. Jacob Gibson, we can just say there's Kentucky weather, then there's Hopkinsville weather, which is super special. I agree with that.
Let's see.
Let's see here. Jacob Gibson says a deaf person could hear that ringtone so loud. Yeah, I tell you what, I'm gonna turn that thing down to mute, and then we won't have to worry about it no more.
Yeah. You can leave it to where you can hear it buzz and vibrate. That way you'll know if somebody does could give you a call. But yeah, we're looking at all the leading edge of these storms coming up that way, and they were looking kind of rough, but they seem like they're starting to merge together and diminish a little bit. Like the atmosphere up this way is already starting to get a little saturated. They're kind of outrunning their support for being anything too strong.
Yeah, take over for me just a second, Mark. I got something I have to address here.
All right.
Is Amy down there?
Yes, she is.
Well, I guess I'm not going anywhere since I can't get his camera back up. Hang on here just a minute. Will it show up when he accepts it? All right, Mark, I give you back,
All righty.
and I'm going to address this issue.
It looks like, again, this first line of storms was probably our best chance for severe today, and it's not really going to be severe coming through for the most part. So behind that, we got steady rain. Looking at the individual cells down in Tennessee, well south of I-40, there might be some discrete cells starting to form up down in there that will need to be watched through the day. But again, that's out of our jurisdiction, so that's going to be up to somebody else to watch. So, again, we're just looking for the day to turn into a nice rainy, wet, maybe a bit rumbly from time to time, but hopefully nothing more severe through our area as we are about to the end of our wick, I think. No, but we do have a certain area we stick to when we try to cover because it's a bit much to try to cover. We could do nationwide, but then we wouldn't be as focused on the area around here everyone wants us to cover while it's going on. Yeah, I'm seeing the storm that they're highlighting over there. I think that's over in the eastern part of the state. Yep, there's something forming up there. Main area, we say we cover from the roads to the rivers, and that means we cover from the Mississippi River east to I-65 and from the Ohio River south to I-40. We stick to mostly western Kentucky and western Tennessee north of I-40. We will go outside that area if somebody asks a specific question or something like that, or if we're tracking weather that's coming into the area from that direction. But for the most part, we try to stick to that area so we can focus on it. Well, we thank you for the subscription. How do you say that? Syacor? And we do our best to serve Western Kentucky, and we'll try to keep you as up with the weather as we possibly can. Continuing to watch the storms as they move up. Some of them are showing some pretty good intensity over along the Kentucky-Tennessee border south of Fulton over in Hickman County, just to the southwest of Casey. That storm showing some pretty good intensity, but it's not severe yet. They're not showing it as severe. A lot of that is probably from the hail core that's in it. The only severe thunderstorm warning we have over that way, they've diminished quite a bit as the storm has not done what they thought it was going to do, I think. South of that, back down toward the Memphis, it just looks like a lot of steady rain. There's another heavier area of thunderstorms south of I-40, but we'll have to see what they do. And again, we're watching these little individual storms that are popping up down in southern Tennessee and seeing which way they go and if they're going to develop into anything. What about Logan County? again, we're going to be seeing an initial round of thunderstorms, maybe more thunderstorms on and off through the day, but mostly we're going to start getting into this steadier rain. And that's going to show that most of our energy is not there the way it was yesterday. So we're probably going to get rain, maybe quite a bit of heavy rain as we go through.
We keep having these camera pop outs. Hang on, I'll get right back up. He's coming back. I'm waiting on him to go ahead and do it. There you are.
Yep. We're going to have to find some way to solve that problem. This is
I know.
annoying.
Just
But,
trying to get through. That's part of what this text was about too. Is someone who's going to try to help us on some stuff. I'll tell you about it whenever I get a chance here in a little bit.
All right.
Tracy Runyon, y'all know it's a bit east of I-65. How are things shaping up for Boyle County? Well, Mark, that's kind of over in your expertise.
Boyle County. Again, anywhere up here in Kentucky, we're going to see showers and thunderstorms as it moves through the day. We could see a severe thunderstorm or two pop up. We are in the area for possible showers, thunderstorms, and even a slight chance for tornadoes today.
Yep.
But for the most part, that's going to stay down south of Nashville.
Oh my goodness. Otis Wilson says polo. Phyllis Thomas Shore is watching. Otis Wilson says peekaboo. Susan J. Loftus. Good morning, guys. Thanks to all of you. Thankful we didn't get any tornadoes. Praying for all the families that did. And
Yes,
unfortunately,
indeed.
there were some last night in Missouri. We watched them. We watched one of them on camera. That tornado hit a mobile home park, and there were numerous fatalities, we're being told. So, it's a sad thing. We don't know how thankful we are that those tornadoes did not form over us, because it was coming. It was right there, and we were certainly in the middle of it. The parameters were such that it could have easily been our area. So, count your blessings. We got this little shower popped up right over Crofton. Look at that. And that looks like it's supposed to go severe. I swear it does.
Well, we'll keep an eye on them. I wouldn't put it past any of these storms in the first line to pulse up to severe.
Yeah.
But so far they have not.
Chris Crick says cloud to ground lightning in Crofton and rain. Let's see. Clarksville's about the same thing. We're getting mostly just moderate rain there. And Christy Sanchez Robles, flooding rain and was hailing in Crofton. So, yeah, that storm is a little bit strong up there. We can go over here and look at this camera in Morgantown and get my mouse to get over here to it. All right, where did I go?
My goodness. I was looking at the Fox News article on this, and it says a total of 13 dead after monster tornadoes sweep through Missouri, Arkansas, causing widespread damage. That's awful. We hate to hear it.
Yes, I agree. And so, for all the preparation we did, and everybody says, it was all in vain. It wasn't in vain. That could easily have been us. So, and nobody's more grateful that the forecast was wrong than us. We do not want any of you to perish. We don't want any of you to have loss of life or property. And we're just fortunate. There's no other word for it. We were blessed. That's all we can say. Tina
And the
Mitchell.
fact that, as bad as that was, it could have been even worse.
Yeah. Tina Mitchell says,
So,
prayers for the ones who were so caught up in the tornado and storms. So very thankful that we were spared.
yeah.
Tony Harris is Hopkinsville going to have this storm? If so, what time? I don't think we're going to have a serious storm. I'm telling you though, these could become severe. Could have maybe some damaging winds. I don't see the tornado threat as being very high.
Not with this set. Of course, we'll have to see what happens. I am seeing severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings going off down in Mississippi, and the angle for that coming up would take it. It'll take it south of Nashville.
Yeah.
So really not in our area. It'll probably stay down in Mississippi and Alabama. But again, they're fixing to get a big round down that way as well. So keep them in your prayers as well, please.
Sandy Torres says, thank you both for the night of no sleep and keeping us so well informed. Much appreciated. Thunder and light rain in Lafayette. Get some rest. Thank you, Sandy. Jerry Day, Small Hills, Sinking Vork. Thank you, Jerry. CO Core, I missed the doggone chat. It went by there so fast.
He said, well, his latest thing says, lost my home in December of 2021. So these storms keep me up all night watching radars.
Yeah, and I hate that.
Kind of keeps us up all night watching radars too.
Yeah, we watch them with you.
So
Arlette Brown
absolutely.
says, good morning. I'm so thankful the storms missed Hopkinsville. However, I watched all night as the storms got intense. Thoughts and prayers for the families dealing with losses. Anyway, Bridget Keys, thank you, David Mark, for keeping us updated. My anxiety is severe, though, through storms. This is always my go-to for weather. I can't thank you guys enough for always keeping us posted. Praying for all families who were caught up in the storms. And, yeah, it's just heartbreaking, especially after we've been up all night with no sleep and trying to do the best, only to find out some people lost their lives in that outbreak. It's just terrible. Zach Allman, how long should the storms last for? Well, they last through most of the day, and then they'll...
Most of the day.
Yeah.
We might start seeing the back edge of this by 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
But that's not the severe storms. That's just the heavier rain and showers and stuff as the low pulls up and goes up to the northeast.
Matthew Clardy says, sorry, Dave, may have missed the cap explanation. Mark, you want to take that this time?
All right. As far as last night, I don't think we had any kind of a cap over us. What happened was when we saw this with our surface dew points, we had some dry air intrusion come in, and that kind of kept the storms from being severe and moving into our area. And by the time the dew points, that dry intrusion was pushed off to the east, and the moisture started to push back into West Kentucky, the upper level dynamics needed to get those storms really going had already moved off to the north.
Okay, we got a new severe thunderstorm warning as expected for Hickman and Clinton and Bardwell.
Yeah, I was kind of watching that one over in there. If any of them were going to go severe,
we thought that might, and it has. So, severe thunderstorm warning is now in effect for the areas of Clinton, Bardwell, and Hickman. Let's see what it says. It's for central Fulton County and Carlisle County, northern Hickman County in western Kentucky, and northwestern Graves County in western Kentucky until 10:45 this morning. At 10 a.m., a severe thunderstorm is located near Casey or near Hickman, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. So it's moving along pretty good. Quarter-size hail. This is radar indicated. Damage to vehicles is expected. So locations impacted include Lowe's, Casey, Hickman, Bardwell, Fancy Farm, Clinton, and Arlington. So be sure if you're outside, take cover inside an interior room of a building, and don't get out in that storm. Watch out for lightning as well.
Yep.
Yeah, it does look like the
You
hail.
probably need to watch those storms just south of there over by Union City and such. Those could be go severe eventually here too.
Yeah, we're watching those. This up here near Benton is looking a little rough, down to the southeast of Benton.
Yeah. Again, we'll probably have to keep a watch on that one. That may be our next one to pop.
Yeah. Now, we are not under any watch right now. This is just storms that are popping up. Lynn and Barry Moore says storm at Crofton, but that thunder is really loud over here on Anton Road in Madisonville.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah, look at that
They're
storm
getting
up there, though.
some up that way, yeah.
That storm in Crofton is also looking pretty rough. It's actually moved on to the east of Crofton, but we're going to watch this one over here just south of Benton. That one right there looks a little tough.
Yeah. Looking at the camera at Lakeside Campground and Marina, it is absolutely pouring the rain down there right now.
I wonder if I can get it to even come up over here. We'll see. There we go. Wow. It is. It's flat out pouring. This is Lakeside Campground Marina. It's over on Kentucky Lake. That's Michael Vance's camera.
At Jonathan Creek.
Yeah, at Jonathan Creek. Great place to visit, I tell you. That is a lovely place. I can't wait till the weather gets right where we can go there. Brandy Wagons is watching storms coming in from Lake Barkley. Tay Evans, can we get an estimate of when the worst is to hit the Todd County area?
Just any time we're going to get storms through the rest of the day. It looks like this initial area and line is probably going to be the worst of it.
Yeah. Look at downtown Katie's.
Yeah.
Raining there.
And thundering outside the studio here, but not really, booming, crashing thunder, more like low rumbles.
Yeah, here's Skyline Drive in southern Hopkinsville, looking off to the southwest. There's Kroger Shopping Center, and let's see, there's Fort Campbell Boulevard and Penryle Parkway up there. So you can see it's a pretty soggy day pretty much all around. And then we do have this severe thunderstorm right here that's affecting Bardwell, Clinton, and Hickman counties. Storming in Mayfield a little bit. This is just south of Benton, continues to look strong. The one up here around Crofton, it looks strong as well. The one over Katie's is a pretty intense storm, but doesn't appear to be severe. What did I do there? Knock us off the radar?
Yeah, some of those storms, the little cells there that are just moving out of Christian County into Muhlenberg look like they could be discrete cells. I can't tell if they're starting to rotate or not, but they are definitely little cells all by themselves. So we'll see what they do.
Here's a camera over at Russell. Courtney, Rocky Bobbitt, just getting in. What does Hopkinsville have in store?
Yeah, we're just looking at showers and thunderstorms possible. This initial little area of thunderstorms is just going by to the north of us. Looks like we got steady rain coming in behind it for a while.
Right.
And that may be the end of our severe threat. We'll have to wait and see.
We'll keep an eye on it. Sarah Elizabeth Toby, any idea when the storms will be out of the area? It's my birthday and they're totally ruining my plans. LOL. I'm sorry, Sarah, but happy birthday to you from us here at the Weather and Wisdom channel. Sayakor says at David Powell Weather and Wisdom, where are you guys located out of? We're at Hopkinsville, Kentucky. At 100 Margaret Place is our physical address.
Mm-hmm.
It is a secure area, completely surrounded by a high security fence with barbed wire on top and everything. They must think a lot of us, all I know. I was actually here when we took the building.
Yeah.
Jane Doe's wishing Sarah a happy birthday. Olivia Robinson, how bad is the severe threat for Princeton? It is, Well, we're going to have to watch it. I don't think it's going to be too bad. These are just normal thunderstorms right here, but they're bordering line. They're strong, but they certainly don't seem to be just horrible, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Biggest threat out of them will probably be maybe some straight line winds, but also hail.
And lightning, of course.
Yeah.
Syacor says, glad I subscribed. I'm in Hopkinsville too. How did I not hear about this channel before? I don't know. We try to get the word out, but you know we're like anybody else. Whenever the weather gets bad, weather experts are a dime a dozen. We don't claim to be experts. We do know weather though. So
Yeah.
so I don't know. We try to do this stuff right and take it seriously so that people can. Because we've been in your shoes. We've been out there and had the storms coming in and didn't know what to think or what was going to do, what was going to happen. And of course, TV stations leave you right in the middle of the storm. We don't leave you. That's why we're staying with it.
Yeah. For Todd County, it looks like the steady rain is getting into you. You may see some stronger storms in maybe an hour or so because they are coming up from the southwest a little bit. But it looks like they're not going to be much as far as the severe threat. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, Sarah, I don't think things are going to be bad later. I'm hoping that this will be the peak of it, but we'll see. Jessica Parker, is there going to be any bad weather like tornadoes in Hopkinsville? The tornado threat is pretty low, isn't it, Mark? Here now.
Yeah, I'd say by now it's become pretty low.
Judy Bennett says, hello, David Mark. Hi, Judy. Robert Stewart says, overall, what seems to be limiting the overall severe threat was forecasted. Well, okay, so yesterday, the one thing is everybody got together and prayed on our severe threat for this area. Unfortunately, you know, the folks back in Missouri and everything got hit pretty hard. We are sure regretful that happened, and it hurts us to think that people lost their life in that, and our prayers are with them. But we had dry air kind of filter into the area, which helped to reduce the tornado threat. And plus it being real early, wee hours of Saturday morning, when the instability is at its all-time lowest in the best time of the day. And that's part of what happened there. Then today, because those storms were there, it kind of took the energy out of the atmosphere. So, you know, again, I'm not sure they're going to have too big of a deal, even down in where they had the high or the highest risk area, the high risk area, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's well south of where this band of rain and stuff is. So those storms are just starting to get going down there.
Okay.
If you go down to central Mississippi, central Alabama, they got severe thunderstorm and tornado warnings all over the place starting up down there now.
Opal Kane says, what's from Muhlenberg County? I'm hearing thunder. Well, here is Greenville up here, and it's got a pretty good storm right over it, including DePoy and Graham. This is a strong storm. It doesn't appear to be severe, but it's a little bit on the strong side. So it probably sounds and looks worse than it actually is. Katie's water outlook, Barbara. Mark, I'm not sure what she's meaning by that.
Was that on the Facebook chat?
Thank you, honey. I could use that coffee. This is right here.
Going from Clarksville to Nashville at noon, there's going to be plenty of heavier rain and thunder showers around. You'd probably be okay to travel that way. Just be sure, like listen to the radio or whatever. Make sure if there's any warnings, you pay heed to.
That's what I thought.
Is that hot tea or iced tea?
Hot tea. To soothe your throat.
area, so they need to kind of be having a heads up. All these storms are moving to the northeast, northeast now, at a pretty good rate of speed. So we're not having to wait forever for stuff to get where it's going like we were last night. They have that moving to the north, or moving to the northeast at 45 miles an hour over that way. So that's generally the same speed most of these storms are moving. So they're getting going and getting out of the area, our area, pretty quick. They're still headed up for northern Kentucky, but these aren't nearly as strong as some of the ones last night that went through. And again, the only ones we're seeing anywhere in the area that have a severe warning on them are the ones over in West Kentucky that's heading in the general direction of Paducah. And Slayocor, the thunder was scary. We hadn't heard much in the way of thunder here from all those storms earlier. That went all north of us. So yeah, Albany, Kentucky has a pretty high risk of severe weather currently. Most of Kentucky does not have a high risk of any kind of severe weather right now. We do have a possibility of some severe storms as the day goes on, but mostly those will be moving out of our area, moving maybe over towards central and eastern Kentucky. But the biggest area of threat for severe weather is going to be down in Tennessee and then south of Nashville on down into Mississippi and Alabama. We may see a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's see, the Ultimate Sports Network. If you live in Tuscaloosa, what can you expect today? Tuscaloosa is in that high risk area, so you've got a pretty good chance today of seeing severe thunderstorms or tornadoes, and they could be very strong severe thunderstorms, or long tracked tornadoes with EF2 or higher winds. And again, that's down for the Mississippi and Alabama area, down in central.
Let's see. Olivia Robinson, so I don't have to worry about tornadoes today in Princeton. I don't think so, Mark, do we?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
The tornadoes last night, it depends on what you define long track. They were, several of them were on the ground for a little while, but mostly they were moving so fast they would hit and be gone and lift back up probably within 5-10 minutes. So they weren't really that long tracked, but they were very strong. None of the stuff has been confirmed yet. National Weather Service will have to do surveys for that, but they've got a lot of destruction over in Missouri.
Yes.
Where those went through, and we've seen news reports and stuff of fatalities over that way. So keep those people in your prayers, please.
Here's the camera in Russellville. Like the rest of us, getting some pretty moderate rain. 65 degrees. Dew point is 57. Let's look at downtown Bowling Green. Oops. And it's 63 degrees. Dew point's 57. Another rainy day. Looks like pretty well widespread now. Slayocor, we might get some pop-up radar indicated stuff, so always be aware and listening for those sirens. Thank you very much, Sakori. Rose Frazier just joining. How are things looking for Nortonville with this storm system?
And they said 13 covered between Arkansas and Missouri. Okay. But I don't know if they had that one yet.
Let's see here. Nortonville is probably just the rest of us. We got a few showers up there right now. Nothing serious. A little rain. Kenny Baggett, nothing overnight. Yeah, it depends on where you were, Kenny. But Nothing in the Hopkinsville area overnight, no.
No.
Dawson's getting lightning and thunder right now. Melanie Anderson Baez, any chance of tornadoes in Rock Castle, Prizer Point area? Again, I don't think so.
Probably not.
No,
Yeah.
the atmosphere's somehow become fairly stable. We have one lone severe thunderstorm warning, and it looks like it's diminishing over here in Fulton and Fancy Farm, Wheel, Lowe's, Clinton, and Hickman. Severe thunderstorm warning continues. I don't remember how much longer it'll be in effect, but it should be getting ready to wind down pretty soon.
Yeah, let me look again when that's in effect too. It's in effect till 10:45, so it's got about another 25 minutes.
Okay. Let's see
If they
here.
don't end it before then, because the storm that's causing it is right at the north end of it.
Ashley
So
Babb
they'll
was
either have
asking.
to-
Ashley Babb's asking what happened to last night's storms. We explained it earlier, but go ahead and explain it again, Mark, if you don't mind.
Yeah. Well, what happened is we had some dry air intrude into our area, and that kind of let the storms diminish across the western part of Kentucky here. Now the northwestern part and over toward up towards Owensboro and over toward Louisville, they had some really big hail and some strong storms continue up that way. But we had dry air intrude here, and then by the time the dew point started to come back up in far west Kentucky, there west of the lakes, the dynamics that would have caused the storms to blow up and become severe had already moved off to the north and east, and so they got humid, but they didn't get the storms.
Kim Langley Gott said Owensboro, Kentucky, had a hailstorm last night, busting out windshields and windows. So that's interesting. I wasn't aware of that.
Well, yeah, we were hearing
We saw the
reports from up
storms
that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had reports of one.
Oh, good Lord, have mercy.
They had one person on the chat last night say that her husband was work up there, and it was actually punching holes in the metal roof where he was working. So there was some big hail, and we saw we saw pictures come through on Slack of greater than ping pong ball size hail. Robert Stewart, no, our cap did not save us. Again, it was not a cap. A cap is something different than a dry air intrusion. A cap is a warm air aloft, and there was not the warm air aloft with this.
Okay, hopefully I've taken care of that. I don't know how everybody got stuck on the word cap. I mean, there is
we've used the term before.
Yeah,
we've talked about it. But a cap is something very specific. That means that the temperatures higher up are warmer than they are down low, and it keeps storms from growing. And it wasn't that was going on. It was, like I said, it was dry air. The storms didn't get to initiate.
A cap is something like you would call a temperature inversion, more or less.
Yeah, yep. That was the old term for it. We have an inversion over us. No, you have a cap.
And I guess what we're saying, Robert, it's same effect. But the dry air is what, you're right, the dry air is what actually filtered in and helped to stabilize the atmosphere. So, yes.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of the meteorologists, quote unquote, in the area use the term cap for what was over top of us, and it wasn't a cap.
We're kind of sticklers for the correct terminology, and last night, like I said, it wasn't a cap. Kim Langley Gott says, I saw pictures of baseball-sized hail in Owensboro. Wow.
Yeah. We saw those reports too, and they definitely had a very, very strong storm. The reflectivity in it was just absolutely off the scale.
Yeah. I do want to mention this severe thunderstorm warning has been modified a little bit now. It's much smaller. It's still in effect for Fancy Farm, Kirby, Wheel, Cunningham, Lovelessville. Where's our good friend from Lovelessville? I don't see him on here right now. But, yeah, he's got a pretty hefty storm, but it doesn't appear he's in the severe part of it, but we'll see.
Yeah. Even the storm, even that part, the part they reduced it to, it seemed the strongest part of that storm was already outside of the
Yeah.
warned area. It's heading up toward Paducah itself.
Yeah, and the thing we're seeing now is the overall trend now of this. After the initial storms came through, now it's for just moderate to, in some cases, heavy rain generally across
Yeah,
the whole area, especially
yeah.
even going down into Clarksville.
There's some stronger cells down in Tennessee there, but even those, they are not really looking very severe in their
Yeah.
characteristics.
One or two may be on the strong side, but no, I don't see any severe stuff there either.
Hmm.
So we may be getting on the downhill side of this pretty soon. It is a good rainy day. Boy, would I like to be home sleeping.
Wouldn't we all?
Just kick back, not doing anything at all if I could help it.
Yeah. My poor cat that was on there, she's been in her carrier and she's just not happy at all about
Oh, I'll
having to stay
bet.
in her carrier here.
Well, I think we're getting ready to wind this down. It won't be much longer, I don't believe.
All right.
I do want to encourage you all to, if you have not subscribed, please be sure and subscribe to this channel. It does help us, and it helps us to continue to bring this technology. We earn it because we have been here a long time. Steve Brown says it's too early for, but how
It's too
is-
early for alcohol.
Oh, yeah. That's what he got. Okay. But how is Auburn looking and what time? They still haven't been able to sleep yet. They took my dad to the hospital after y'all went off the air. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no. Well, right now for Auburn, you're looking wet, but it looks like the worst threat is well past us.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be a rumbly day. There might be an occasional pop-up severe storm here and there, but for the most part, I think for up in our area, especially north of the Kentucky-Tennessee border, it is probably not going to be too bad. Just wet and rumbly.
Denise Darnell says, I think I did subscribe. And Kelly, hey, there's my friend Kelly Level from Taco Bell, one of my favorite telephone companies. Oh, no, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm just joking, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly is the manager of the Taco Bell over here on this side of town at, what is that, 7th Street, I think? Anyway, she makes the best bean burritos you ever put in your mouth. Let's see here. Pam Pinley. Amen. God heard our prayers and answered them. I agree with that. 7161. Hey, all y'all. Just started some thunder and pretty decent rain here in Centertown. And Jenny Stewart says, good morning, David and Mark. Thank you so much for staying with us all night long. You will never know how much you both are appreciated. Me and my cats are so thankful. You know, I'm glad we helped you there, Jen. I know you were a little stressed out about the threat last night, but I'm glad we were able to hang in there with you. We all gathered together. We told a few jokes. We cut up some, and now you know the term Thunder Buddies, how that truly is what it means when you're on here with us. You are our Thunder Buddies. Delonic Thomas, is it going to continue to get bad or will it be something light? I think it's going to be something lighter now. Kelly Level is thanking
I
us.
don't know how light it will be as far as the rain amount, but it's not going to be as severe.
Steve Brown says, shots, David, shots. I asked the question.
And the severe thunderstorm warning has been canceled. That was over in West Kentucky.
Yep.
South
And
Paducah.
you notice our screen has returned to the normal blue. So that means we have no severe stuff right now in the region. Lynn Elkins, how's it going for the White Plains area? I think White Plains is going to be just fine as well. Syacor, I was sweating and praying for 3 days when seeing that future weather prediction. I really do believe that helps. I mean, I got to tell you, I don't, you know, the thing of it is, I believe, so how can anybody disprove the belief on it? There's no way to disprove it. Olivia Robinson, so is a severe risk on a downward trend and for the rest of the day, specifically Princeton? Yes, I think so, Olivia. Now, down in the far south where they had the big high threat area, it's not over with for them, but that's way out of our area. Won't affect us at all.
Yeah, Sacramento, Kentucky, wet,
Yep.
wet and rumbly, like we say, but
Yep.
probably not a lot of severe. We might see a severe storm pop up here or there, but for the most part, we didn't think so. Robert Stewart, we were here. I won't say we slept.
Well, ain't that the truth? Boy, they brought me up some hot tea. I mean, it's really soothing my throat. It makes me feel much better.
Yes, indeed.
Let's see here. Jenny Bennett says, "Thank you, David and Mark, for being with us all night and today." Again, I appreciate you guys. That's Thunder Buddies, and what are Thunder Buddies for but to stay with you day and night on the air, that is,
Yeah.
here on the channel. Um, Gee, Mark, we're running out of things to say. Everything's looking pretty good now. Looking
Yeah.
down here to south, I don't
Yeah.
see anything much down here. It's maybe way on down here, way out of our area. Boulevard, Tennessee, they're getting some rain. Dew point is 60 there.
Yeah. Right now, Robert Stewart, our next chance of severe weather we'd be looking at would probably be sometime around the 19th. That's when our next system will be coming through.
Vicky Orton Bivens, appreciate you guys so much. Priscilla Gamble Francis, thank you, David Mark. Thank you, Thunder Buddies, and thank you, Prayer Buddies. That's a good one. I like that. Jennifer
Yep.
Anderson Johnson, thank y'all so much. I was up and down all night just listening to y'all. Joseph woke up from a nap. It's thundering in Olmsted, Kentucky. Denise Darnell, good morning. Rick McPherson. Carolyn Jones Camplin, where two or three gather together in his name, he will be in the midst. Lots of prayers. Boy, and that shows it last night. It really did. Nikki Winters,
Yep.
lightning and thunder here in Reedland. Haley Blankenship, how's Hopkinsville looking for this go around? I think we're looking great, Mark, don't you?
Yes, I do. We've got the one strong storm that's up by Paducah right now. It's moving off to the northeast. It's not going to be coming in our general direction here in Christian County. It may skirt on up into Illinois, possibly. Who knows how far it'll go, but it's not coming our direction right now. And that's probably the strongest one I see on the radar at the moment in
Yeah.
our area. There's some stronger stuff down in southern Tennessee, but it's not headed this direction.
Yeah, Nicole Davis, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Your work and your honesty with everything, reassuring those who are anxious and not scaring people. You know, Nicole, we've been in those shoes, and we try to treat you the way we wanted to be treated. And thank you for those comments. They're very heartfelt, and we appreciate it a lot. Paul and
Yeah.
Kayla Rudd, what's it looking like for Dawson? Just about like it is for the rest of us, rainy, but I don't see anything severe right now. Robert Stewart, the guys taking shots might be asleep for a while. Oh my
Believe
goodness.
me, once we finally go to sleep, so will we.
Yeah, boy. Sayacor, hope we don't have another one coming around the 19th. Supposed to be do an interview in Nashville for In the Eye of the Storm about that 10th of December 2021 outbreak. Ah, that's interesting. Ruth Cornelius, amen. I was thinking that same verse. I'm glad
Yeah.
to see you, Ruth. Yeah, she was on with us last night, but it was just like there were so many people watching. Nancy Cox Payne, thank you from Bowling Green, but currently in Memphis it's lightning bad, heavy rain, and so foggy you can't see any distance. Well, I'm so glad it's not tornadic. Olivia Robinson, power flicker in Princeton, close to Dawson. Mitchell Johnson, light raining and thunder in Lewisburg. Amanda Dunn, so there's no tornado warning in Hopkinsville. No, there is not. No tornado warnings, no tornado watches, no severe thunderstorms or severe thunderstorm watches. All is nice and, well, it's not calm, but it's nice.
It's better than yesterday.
Oh, my goodness, yes. You know, this is such a much better day than yesterday was. But remember, I told you guys we would get through it, and we did. It all worked out, and I'm so thankful for it. I, most of all, am thankful. Ruth Cornelius says, I was asleep, had a drink, and it knocked me out, but I prayed a lot. Okay. Well, Mark, I'm running out of things to say.
They just
Uh-oh.
put a new severe thunderstorm warning up for that same storm
Yep.
as it gets around the Paducah area. You might be able to see a little bit of it from the
Metropolis.
Massac EMA camera up there for Metropolis.
Okay.
Actually, that's probably pointing a little bit in the wrong direction to see that storm because it's to the Massac County area, or it's to their east.
Okay.
And the warning says National Weather Service of Paducah has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Massac County in southern Illinois, southern Polk County in southern Illinois, southeastern Ballard County in western Kentucky, McCracken County in western Kentucky, and north central Graves County in western Kentucky. Till 11:15 a.m. At 10:32 a.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Barkley Regional Airport or near Lone Oak, moving northeast at 45. Hazard 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. Sources from the public. Locations impacted: Lone Oak, Barkley Regional Airport, Metropolis, Hamletsburg, Paducah, West Paducah, Brookport, Lovelaceville, and Reedland. And again, it's all radar indicated. Sciacor, sometimes when one of us says, uh-oh, it's just to get the other one's attention. We don't mean to frighten anyone. Robert, so usually to really get an EF2 and higher up to EF5 tornado, you need a really, really juicy atmosphere, which means you need a dew point probably somewhere in the middle 60s. Although there's a lot more that goes into it than just that. You can't really determine how strong your storm is going to be just from your dew point. That's just one element. Dave, if you're talking, I can't hear you.
Sorry about that. I said back in the December 21, dew point was 70, wasn't it, at that point?
It was pretty close. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
up around 70. So really, to get super strong storms like that, one, you need the juice to run them, and the moisture in the air is part of the juice and part of the heat that runs these storms.
You know where I want to go look at? We haven't looked at this in a while.
What's that?
Pinnacle Tower.
Pinnacle Tower. They're looking like they have a more tranquil day than a lot of us. But they definitely got the rain and stuff headed for them.
Yeah, look at the clouds over the mountains back here.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be moving good.
Sciacor says he can't say uh-oh there anymore. His dog goes insane because that's what he said right before they got hit by the tornado. And the dog remembers.
Burnsville, North Carolina. Uh-oh. Trying to lose the camera. Still, it's a pretty shot.
It is. It is a very pretty shot. The clouds look nice and dramatic over top of the mountains like that.
Well, let's see here.
We do have a tornado warning now within radar range of the Memphis radar down in Mississippi, but it's still well south of the Mississippi border.
Yeah. They still have their flash flood warning down there too, don't they?
I believe they probably do.
Yeah, most of Tennessee has the flash flood warning. Or flash flood watch, I think. Jane Doe, is it safe to take a nap in northeast Kentucky, Ashland, Kentucky? It absolutely is, in my opinion.
Yep.
And Kayla says, so what is the time for Butler County, Morgantown? I don't see much to worry about at this point.
Yeah.
In fact, let me go in here and look at Morgantown. Here's where it is, and you see showers around it, but I haven't looked at the camera there.
Yeah.
It looks like a rainy day and just a decent, nice, a little breezy. See the flag moving.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I don't see anything to be worried about at this point.
Yeah. That camera's brought to, or is put up by our friends at Weather or Not, WX
right.
or Not. They have several cameras over in that area, and we always like to give them a plug since it's their
Yep.
cameras.
And be sure and subscribe and like them and all that kind of stuff. Help them out. We appreciate them allowing us to show the cameras. We've been trying to contact them. We haven't had much luck yet. Made a few contacts, but nothing really to where we can sink our teeth into. So maybe they'll get a hold of us one of these days. But we do appreciate them.
Yeah. Kayla says no severe storms. Also, Litchfield, Kentucky.
Nope.
Probably not. You're going to have some storms. You're going to hear some rumbles of thunder through the day, and there's going to be some rain and wind, but probably nothing going to severe criteria, which is, winds above 58 miles an hour or 50 knots, hail quarter size, the size of a quarter or larger.
Kathy Mayberry says, is Muhlenberg County getting any severe storms with hail today? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Jay Shanklin has become a super chatter. He's donated $20 from Jay Shanklin. Thank you, Jay. We really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Very, very nice of you, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. One of our new super chatters. Eric Brake says a retention pond next to WKDZ is full. I might be able to see that. Let's just see if we can see it. Yeah, it's the other side of the road he's talking about. So yeah, I know what you're saying, but I can't see it right here. But anyway, you can see that area is full right there in front of the Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, didn't they have it zoomed in on that earlier?
They did. They changed. I'm not sure who's controlling the cameras down there right now. Hey, there's our friend Dave. He says, "Hi everyone." Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Kayla says, I can tolerate rain, wind, and thunder, but now, naders, I'll pass.
I believe it. As much as they are fascinating, I'd rather see them somewhere out in the middle of a great big field, not harming anything, rather than anywhere near getting where people habitate. Yeah, boy, that pond did fill up, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Jane Doe says, I'm terrified of severe storms and tornadoes, but I love normal thunderstorms. You know, a lot of people are like that.
Yeah, yeah. Flying cows is okay with you, and it's not just flying, as long as it's not flying houses. I agree, Sayakor, although poor cows, they're just trying to go about their normal life of eating grass until they get big enough to make hamburger out of.
Matching
So.
Jay Shanklin.
Uh-oh. Dave has matched Jay Shanklin with a $20 donation, becoming a super chatter. Thank you, Dave, so much.
Yes.
Dave's
Thank you all.
He's been a close friend of ours ever since we started this, I believe. And I think he was one of our first subscribers, actually. Smith 0514, just tuning in live today. Are we at risk of any severe storms passing through or developing in Katie's Rockcastle area? I don't see any. We do have some rain, a lot of it. Verka says, any severe tornado supposed to hit Owensboro, Kentucky today? Okay, so everybody, if you're in western Kentucky, most of the severe is over with. The atmosphere is stabilized. We do have some heavy rains, moderate to heavy rains coming in.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
They've updated this severe thunderstorm warning up here, but it's really waning. I don't know that this will be too much longer. Chris Yates says, bunch of rain and lightning in Greenville. Olivia Robinson, do you know what time the storms will start to come to an end? Good grief. Probably sometime late this afternoon, I would say. Maybe even into the evening hours. But it's going to be pretty much a pretty tranquil day just with the rain. And Ruth Cornelia says, amen to that, Mark. Tiffany Billieu about the weather for Logan County. Yeah, it's about the same too. Oh my goodness, Mark is gone. Let me see what happened to him. Wait a minute. Hang on, Mark. Let me get this thing. Now. There you are. I saw you eat.
I didn't go anywhere. It's just, you know,
I know.
here and gone.
Just aggravating you.
And like I say, I hate when I get ready to say something I look up in mid-sentence and I'm gone. So it's like, well, I'm just talking to nobody.
Well, they
You're
know
talking
that
to yourself.
we've been having issues with this. We're going to make some changes as soon as we can get a break to where we're not having severe weather and having to use it. Shane's already working on the problem. We'll have it fixed very soon. But I hope you guys like the format where we have screen changes colors. When we've got a severe thunderstorm warning, it goes orange, and when we have a tornado warning, it goes red, and green when we have flash flood warnings. So hopefully you guys like that. Nightwalker 9342 says, power flickered here in Dawson, but nothing going on. I'm getting my truck washed for free. Boy, I tell you, I finally couldn't stand it. I had to take a water hose to mine just to get some of that Texas dust off mine. It had been on there. It looked like a doggone leopard or something, the way it was dusted up.
You know, the lights and stuff I have on mine, I really can't go through car washes with because the spray is too strong. So I just had to take the hose to mine too.
Oh. Let's see here. Ruth Cornelius says, Mercury in retrograde. And David Powell says, thank you, cuz and team, for all you do. You are much appreciated. We're all very blessed to have gotten through the night with no damage. And you know what? We all got through it together. And I enjoyed talking to you guys. Ruth Cornelius says, communication troubles. Yeah. Tammy Tatum says, they jealous. Oh, my goodness. But thank you so much, everyone. Mark, I don't know. Do we need to stay on any longer?
Not really, I don't think. Like we say, if you hear or you see a severe thunderstorm warning pop up, don't panic. Rest assured, it will probably move on fast and not be too much of a threat to you, but do take shelter if it happens. Other than that, it's going to be a wet, rainy rest of the day. We'll kind of keep a side eye on all this, and if something really bad starts to get going, we'll probably try to come back in.
Yeah,
but,
absolutely.
Other than that, no.
Yeah, I think we're going to be pretty stable for the rest of the day. We will see, but I think we're good. Carol Mathis will be traveling from Western North Carolina to Bumpus Mills tomorrow. Will the storms be mostly cleared by then? I think they will, won't they?
Yeah.
In fact, it'll be cooler tomorrow, right? Ah, doggone it! There he went again. What am I going to do with him? All right, hang on. I'm actually getting kind of good at this to where I can do it pretty fast. All right, Mark, it's ready for you to rejoin it. We're waiting on you. Yo, Mark. I think he's almost there. There he is. Looks just like him.
Or an unreasonable facsimile.
I reckon so. Well, anyway. So Bryden Milan says, so Princeton, Kentucky isn't going to get anything. Are we clear? Yeah, we're clear as far as severe, pretty much. I don't see, if there is, it's just be something minor that'll pop up. But I don't see anything out of the ordinary to worry about.
The only other thing we need to watch out for, and I want to tell everybody this, is watch out for the potential for flash flooding. Because we're going to get a pretty good amount of rain from all these storms going through, and the ground was not that dry.
Right.
So, again, we could see some localized flash flooding. And again, if you get a warning, turn around, don't drown. Stay out of those areas that are covered with water.
That's right. So, most of you still asking, Amy Hansen, Crafton, what about Simpson County? Yes, Simpson County is also pretty well clear. We'll look at that camera over here real quick on Gold City. It is raining. Pond is getting full. Traveled this road many times. Franklin's off in the distance here, but it's just rain. Don't see anything serious going on. Elisa Bush is Katie's most clear for severe weather, and it does appear so. Sunny161 says that David Mark, appreciate you too. Thank you so much. Braden Milan says it's just thunder and lightning with rain right now. That's pretty much the way it is region wide. We got a few stronger storms down here moving northward towards Clarksville. They're not severe, but they're a little on the strong side. And if they do go severe, it's going to be very quick. Don't think it'll last too long, and probably would be a minimal severe storm. But I don't really see anything too much out there to worry about, Mark. Do you?
No, not right now. I think we're probably pretty good to go. And again, if anything does pop up, don't let, as a friend says, don't let your heart be troubled.
Right.
It'll be all right. Just take shelter, and it'll be here and gone pretty quick.
Yep. So, Jane Doe says, thank you guys again for getting us through these storms. Y'all are absolutely the best. We appreciate that. We are going to go ahead, I think, and close out. There is the flood watch in effect for areas in Tennessee, but most of Kentucky is pretty well in the clear. I see nothing severe, anything like that. And so we're going to roll right on out of here. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Hi, guys, from Ramses Pastrana. Hi, guys. Thanks for everything you do. Keeping us safe. One question. Is it safe to get a couple of drinks of bourbon this afternoon and hop down? It is Saturday, after all. I'm going to have to say that's up to you. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. Mark, you got anything else to say?
Everyone be safe. Enjoy the rain coming down today as much as you can. And we will probably see you tomorrow afternoon, at least briefly, to update you on what's coming for the coming week and when our next severe might be. Otherwise, I'll see you then.
Yeah, and if I don't see you here, I'll see you here.
Bye.